Lots of teams say they'll play with a chip on their shoulder in a figurative sense. In 2015, Charleston Southern will play with a chip on its shoulder, literally. With 18 wins and 2 seasons at the helm, Jamie Chadwell has established CSU as a Big South Conference contender. Expectations are at an all-time high, but the Bucks know they need to continue to play with an edge to punch the program's first ever ticket to the FCS playoffs.
That's what our program has to be about, that there has to be this chip on the shoulder. Because everybody at our university, in our program, somebody told them they weren't good enough. Somebody said, hey, you're too small, you're too short, you're too slow. That's why they're here. And so we want them to use that as motivation to have that chip and carry that chip and play with that chip. And that gives you just a fire inside that you're out to say, hey, I am better than what you think I am.
Junior wideout Colton Korn has proven he's better than many thought. Charleston Southern was the only FCS school to offer Korn a scholarship, and the Burns High School product has earned it. 53 catches and numerous big plays later, Korn is still embracing the underdog mentality, and he's hardly alone.
I don't think it's me specifically, because I don't think anyone here had these big offers. You know, that's how they ended up in Charleston Southern. We talk about it daily. No one wakes up and, you know, as a kid's like, I really want to go to Charleston Southern, but we all ended up here somehow, whether it's a transfer or, you know, picked us over some of these other schools. So it's just a good reminder for everybody that none of us were looked at as good football players, and then all of a sudden we came together and we're making a big-time impact in the Big South and the country.
Call it cliche if you like, but camaraderie and chemistry has had a big-time impact on Charleston Southern's on-the-field success.
I think that's more important than the other aspects of it, because everybody's going to have good players. Everybody's going to try to find to be physical, and they're all going to have different schemes. But it's the coaches that learn how to capture their players' minds, their hearts, and find ways to continually to motivate them.
The chip on the shoulder, figuratively and literally, gives a roster of over 100 a common thread to rally around. The Bucks will carry that chip with them as they look to get over the hump in 2015.
We've got guys from a lot of different backgrounds, and it's easy when you bring them together and you can have something they all share in common. And that's one thing that they can share in common, that they all were overlooked, or they all were told something that they weren't good enough, and you try to create that in them. And when you create that in them, you win games probably you're not supposed to. And I think the proof's in the pudding there.